Hello, my name is Isis. It's my channel. It's called Isis Heart Healing. And basically, what we do here is live authentically. That means there's no setups. There's no systems, no schedules. This happens holistically, organically, effortlessly. Effortless manifesting. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for vibing. I don't even have to thank you because it's what we're meant to do. Thank you for that opportunity, universe, to be here and to be. Thank you. So, this is my first video I've ever recorded like this. And I didn't even have a topic off the top of my head. I just felt so inclined to turn this camera onto my face and start recording and start speaking and start sharing, start documenting, start expressing, flowing, being. That's how I felt. That's how I felt today. Right now I'm at my friend George's farm. Lovely land here. Lovely vibes. Some juicy energies too. It's fun. And it's really beautiful and it's really peaceful. So sitting out here kind of made me wanna capture this. That's his house on that side. It's nice. Maybe one day I'll do a video inside. But yeah. I'm currently at a place where things are falling together. I say that as a leaf falls from the sky, a brown leaf. It just fell here, but as you can see, there's no tree here. The trees are way over there. So I just had a brown leaf fall right down here into these leaves, into these plants. And as I see that leaf, I'm thinking of how randomly right now things are just falling into place. The resources, the guidance, the information, the energies, the people, the events, the circumstances I need are just falling before me day by day. I'm not working. Societal wise, like going to a job every day, or you know what I mean, clocking in, clocking out, reporting to anybody. I'm not working. I haven't been working since I was pregnant with my son Ivory, and he's 3 years old now. I stopped working when I was 6 months pregnant with him. When I was 6 months pregnant with him, I stopped working. And that was big for me, and it was just a decision. I didn't check in with any doctors. I didn't ask anybody for a leave of absence. I decided, I felt as a pregnant woman, it was time for me to relax and turn inward and have my days to myself. It was not about finances. I saved as much as I could before I was pregnant, I also wasn't working. I had left a previous job several months before. My savings were dwindling, and I found I was pregnant, and I quickly got a job. I saved up what I could. I had support from family so that I could live and not have to worry about paying rent monthly or paying so much out of pocket for food or utilities or things like that. Fortunately, I was supported in that way. So I went to work, I saved my money, I paid for what I had to pay for, the rest went in the bank in my savings. And that wasn't enough to feel like I'm set for life, I can raise this kid. No, it was what I could do at the time. So I worked for those 6 months. I saved what I could save. Um, and then I focused on me. I focused on my energy. I focused on the life I was bringing into the world. I was going through so much conflict at that time. So much conflict. My life has been conflict, and that was the epitome of conflict in my life. The time when I had to own up. I had to accept my part in the conflict. It wasn't being inflicted on me. I was participating. So my last 3 months of pregnancy, not working, probably depressed. I only say probably because depression for me has been an interesting journey, on and off, I have to say, if I'm looking at it authentically from my own experience, not from what others label it as. From my own personal experience, my depression is up and down, was up and down, and I didn't acknowledge it for what it was. I brushed it off. So even when I was depressed, you wouldn't catch me saying that. But yeah. Yeah, those last 3 months, it was really coming to terms with me and my son being just me and my son. And being okay with that. And finding the strength to move forward with hope. Not to just move forward, but to move forward knowing that everything was working out and everything was coming together and I was capable of facing this challenge. So that was a very big time. I was having to figure out my living situations because, as I said, I had immense support, but I also had desires. And I had to realize then that in order to reach my desires, I had to decide to not settle. And when you're down and out and you're by yourself, settling seems like an obligation, and it seems like if you don't settle, then you're not grateful. You don't have anything. Who are you to want what you can't even provide for yourself? That was a big time for me of learning how to balance gratitude with desires. I can be grateful for what I have and acknowledge that I want something else as well. what I had is what allowed me to be in a place to even think of wanting more. How could I not be grateful for that? And why tell myself that I'm not grateful just because I want more? Just because I want something else? So, in those last 3 months, I decided I had to move. Once my son was born, I decided I had to just start making changes in the way that I think and in my own expectations, my own independence. And independence starts inside. Independence starts with knowing that you deserve those heart pull, those things that your heart leans into, those comforts, those standards. Acknowledging those and honoring those are first steps to true independence. And that's what was happening a little bit, definitely, in that time for me. So, as soon as my son was born, was ready to come into the earth, I was ready to move. I had set things up. And I could just bring him home comfortably, peacefully, happily. And I was able to move in with family again, and I was supported, and I was cared for, I was watched over, I was checked on. Yeah. So, in that environment of peace and stability, that foundation, I was able to stay there until my son was about 1. And after that, I felt it was time to move back into that was a time of, for that first year, as you know, I didn't work until now. I haven't worked, but for that first year, clearly I wasn't working, but I was out in the woodlands with my family. It was not an urban environment. It was very woodsy, foresty area. Not even suburban, even more rural than that. There were neighbors, but the land was abundant, the space, the air, nature. Yeah, and I was able to let my baby thrive in that peace, because that environment brought me so much peace that we were able to thrive in that peace together for the first year of his life, with ample support and love and joy. So, all the challenges I had to face that were lingering from the beginning of my life, I was able to face it in a healthy, constructive environment as my son grew into a 1-year-old. So, definitely grateful for the way our first year went and how it ushered us into the next year, where we were able to come back into the city. I'll start doing things a little more differently. Get back into the flow of things. And that was a whole nother phase in and of itself. Year number 2. But just as beautiful, perhaps for another video. And here we are in year number 3, closing out 2020, little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. And I'm at a brand new place. I'm still moving forward. So, like I said, this is an intro to me. It's not an intro to my channel. It's not an intro to any system. This is an intro to me. This is not an indication of how my videos are going to be. They're going to be different. They're going to be whatever they're going to be, whenever they are. And this is an intro into me and where I am today. And if you found this story, this video at all entertaining, then maybe you'll tune in for my next one.